Top 15 Most Expensive Food in the World in 2023. Hi guys. Welcome to 10 Ingredient Channel. Before we get started, make sure to hit that like button. Also subscribe to my channel. Top 15 Most Expensive Food in the World in 2023. So make sure to watch the full video. How much can you pay for a mouth-watering plate? Hundreds, thousands, or more? I know that's a lot for a plate of food, but what if money wasn't an issue? This article is about to trigger a sudden sweet tooth, so get your wallets ready. Good food, good food. It doesn't take much to make a man happy. Just give him a bagel for breakfast, maybe a pizza for lunch. Then a big steak with mushrooms, cantaloupe, and watermelon. But, if you have the money, you can have expensive renditions of all that food. Here is a list of the 10 most expensive foods in the world in 2023. Why are these foods so expensive? Most expensive foods. There is no doubt that the cost of some foods is largely determined by the time and resources required to get through all the steps from the farm or manufacturing plant to the local store. Also, like everything else in the market, supply and demand play a part. A higher price usually indicates higher quality, but when it comes to food, that's not always the case. Similarly, branded foods are often made by the same manufacturers as regular brands or store brands. But branded foods cost significantly more. It's also because brands have to advertise and market their products, and that cost is already included in the price of food. Again, generic brands advertise very little, so the savings go to the customer. Top 10 Most Expensive Food in the World. 15 Oysters. 14 Foie Gras. 13 Fugu. 12 Wagyu Beef. 11 Vanilla. 10 Iberian Ham. 9 Manuka Honey. 8 Moose Cheese. 7 Matsutake. 6 White Truffles. Most Expensive Food. 5 Saffron. 4 Chicken Ayam Cemani. 3 Bluefin Tuna. 2 Yubari King Melons. 1 Alma's Caviar. 15 Oysters. Most expensive food, oysters. Cost, $50 to $100 per dozen. Oysters are not always considered an expensive food. At the time, oysters were used to feed the working class because they were cheap and plentiful. Fast forward a few years and oysters have become a delicacy for the rich, with some of the best restaurants selling you a dozen for $50 100. 14 Foie Gras. Most expensive food, foie gras. Cost, $90 to $110 per pound. If you like your bolognese, this may be worth the money. Foie gras is made from duck fat or foie gras and has a rich, creamy flavor. Unfortunately, the story of foie gras isn't great, as the ancient Egyptians forced birds to fatten them up. Fortunately, there are now laws to stop this, but foie gras can still be found in some countries around the world for around $90 to $110 a pound. 13 Fugu. Most expensive food, fugu. Cost, $135 per pound. Fugu has been dubbed the most dangerous dish on earth. The reason is this because it gets its name from the fish that composes it. Fugu, or globefish. If not prepared properly, it can be fatal to anyone who eats it. Therefore, the preparation of fugu is strictly controlled by Japanese law. Only qualified leaders with 3 or more years of intensive training should prepare. So if you want to live a marginal life and try one of the most expensive foods in the world, this might just be the dish for you. 12 Wagyu Beef. Most expensive food, Wagyu beef. Cost, $200 per pound. Wagyu beef is generally considered the best meat. It was cut from 4 different breeds of cows, all from Japan. Many people compare the experience of eating a piece of Wagyu beef to a small piece of fish, because the fat breaks down during cooking and melts easily in your mouth. Wagyu is expensive because the cattle must go through a rigorous breeding process and must eat a specific type of feed. 11 Vanilla. Cost, $300 per pound. Vanilla is a spice from the orchid flower of the genus Vanilla. Their pods are difficult to grow and harvest, which is why you will often find that most of the herbs used in the products are artificial. Madagascar produces most of the vanilla beans in the world. Several storms on the island in recent years have caused the price of a pound of vanilla to skyrocket to $300. However, we are now seeing prices starting to drop again, so it could get even cheaper. 10 Iberian Ham. Most expensive food, Iberian ham. Cost, $392 per kilo. Iberian ham is a cured meat from Spain and Portugal. The best products come from free-range pigs that are fed acorns towards the end of their life. If you want the best Iberian ham, you should try Black Label. It comes from the purest Iberian pigs that have spent most of their lives feeding on acorns from oak forests. The salting process also plays an important role in the taste and quality of the meat. Hams are typically cured for 36 months and are worth around $392 per kilo at the end of the curing process. 9. Manuka honey. Most expensive food, Manuka honey. Cost, $500 per kilogram. Got a sweet tooth? Then this is the one for you. Manuka honey originated in New Zealand from the flowers of Leptospermum scoparium, commonly known as the Manuka shrub. This tasty treat is said to have several healing properties and is used to treat everything from sore throats to colds. It is believed to have antiviral, anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. If you like what you hear and want to experience it for yourself, top marks are around $500 a kilo. 8. Moose cheese. Most expensive food, moose cheese. Cost, $500 per pound. Moose cheese is made from moose milk. It's so simple. But what makes it one of the most expensive foods and cheeses in the world is that it only comes from the Moose House farm in Sweden. You can hardly find it anywhere else in the world. There are roughly 3 types of moose cheese: crust, feta, and blue. These are limited productions, and if you have the chance to try some, you will pay dearly. 7. Matsutake. Most expensive food, matsutake. Cost, $600 per kilogram. Matsutake grows in Asia and Europe and is popular in China, Japan, and Korea. However, their numbers have dwindled over the years as invasive insects and trees invade where they grow. It is extremely rare and will probably disappear completely in the long term, as this mushroom cannot be cultivated. So if you want to try them out before they're gone, be prepared to shell out big bucks. 6. White truffles. Most expensive food. White truffles cost $2,100 to $2,500 per kilo. Forget truffle oil, white truffles are the way to go. White truffles come from the Piedmont region of northern Italy and are harder to find than other truffles, because they only grow between the roots of certain types of trees. They are known for their intense flavor and distinctive aroma. Their price depends mainly on the conditions in which they are grown, the time it takes to find and acquire them, and the limited quantities. White truffles are known to fetch exorbitant prices, but the average kilo costs between $2,100 and $2,500. 5. Saffron. Most expensive food, saffron. Cost, $500 to $2,000 per pound. This spice is aptly named red gold because of its color and the fact that it is more valuable than gold. The reason saffron is so expensive is that saffron, the source of saffron, can only be picked for a few weeks each year in the fall, and harvesting this spice is labor-intensive. You also have to pick a lot, because about 2 football fields of saffron are equivalent to a kilo of red spice. 4. Chicken ayam cimani. Most expensive food, chicken ayam cimani. Cost, $2,500 each. These black chickens from Indonesia are believed to have magical abilities. Indonesians believe that chicken has the power to cure various diseases and bring good luck. Whether this is true is up for debate. However, cimani chickens sell for around $2,500, depending on their size. However, due to concerns about bird flu in Western countries, they are rarely found outside of Asian countries such as Indonesia and Malaysia, although they do occur. 3. Bluefin tuna. Most expensive food, bluefin tuna. Cost, $3,603 per pound. Japanese bluefin tuna regularly tops the seafood charts as the most expensive seafood in the world. It is so expensive for several reasons. Due to its higher fat content, only bluefin tuna exhibits intense marbling and a precise balance of flavors compared to other types of tuna. Japanese bluefin tuna is also more expensive to import into the US, which will be factored into the price. So check your wallet before ordering at the restaurant because it will cost you dearly. 2. Yubari king melons. Most expensive food, Yubari king melons. Cost, $27,229 for 2. These melons are considered a luxury gift in Japan, but because they are ridiculously sweet, they are ridiculously expensive. This is a combination of two other types of cantaloupes that are popular with Japanese nationals. In 2008, a pair of Yubari King melons sold at auction for a whopping $27,229. Over $13,500 each. Gentleness is the way to go. 1. Alma's caviar. Most expensive food, Alma's caviar. Cost, $34,500 per kilo. Wouldn't be on the list of the most expensive foods without caviar, would it? A kilo of this caviar costs the same as some new cars. The cost is due to albino sturgeon spawning in limited numbers, as they usually only spawn once every 100 years. So, if you want to eat one of the best caviar in the world, you better have your pockets full. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. Also subscribe to our channel before you go.